Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, the follow-up, of course, to Ghostbusters Afterlife, is now finally coming out. Listen, make no mistake about it. I loved the last Ghostbusters movie. I thought it was charming and delightful, and it was a huge surprise because they showed it to us at CinemaCon when we did not know they were going to be showing it to us. And I just loved the film. I thought it was great. So clearly, I've been very excited about this new one. Now, they switched out directors. That's fine. And then the first trailer came out a while ago, you'll remember. And I didn't think the trailer was all that great, to be honest with you, but that was fine. I'm still super excited for the movie. Well, now a new fuller trailer for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire has come out. And I got to tell you, I thought it was awful. I thought it was a straight up terrible trailer. And again, I say this as somebody who absolutely loved the last movie. But number one, Ghostbusters is also supposed to be a comedy. You can argue about whether it's primarily supposed to be a comedy or not, but at least a part of its DNA is supposed to be a comedy. And I didn't think it was that funny. I don't think I laughed at a single thing, including that Bill Murray, tall, dark, and horny. He said horny. And then the entire rest of the trailer was nothing but member berries. It was, it's the old Ghostbusters. Yeah, we did that in the last movie already. But look, it's all the old Ghostbusters. Well, okay. Oh, look, it's the jerk-off politician from the original movie.
From every movie.
He's there too. Yeah, the jerk-off from every movie ever made in Hollywood history. But it is good to see him. But still, Oh, look, he's there too. Oh, you know what? You know what'd be really cool? If Paul Rudd kind of said the lyrics from the original Ghostbusters song. Remember that? Remember the old Ghostbusters song? All the way to, oh, look, it's the little Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Yeah, we got it. That was a throwback to the original film that you already did in the last film. I mean, I'm watching this. I will say this, though. The creature design of the big baddie looks like something right out of Guillermo del Toro's sketchbook. I thought the design of the creature looked odd, like totally something that you would find in a Guillermo del Toro movie. I love the design of that creature. But I found, Rob, I don't know how you felt, because you and I have not discussed this at all. I personally found nothing of substance in this trailer. Nothing made me laugh. And the whole thing, unfortunately, kind of reminded me of the trailer of that Melissa McCarthy Ghostbusters movie, where it was nothing but, hey guys, remember this? Hey guys, remember this? Hey everybody, remember this? Like, that's all it was. Listen, I am still excited for the movie. I've seen lots of great movies that had bad trailers. I was just kind of hoping I would like this trailer. I did not. How did you feel about it? We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Fume. Quitting cold turkey is great in theory, but you and I both know it's way more difficult than that. And that's why there's a better way to break your bad habits. We're not talking about some fake online promises. We're talking about our sponsor, Fume. And they look at the problem in a different way. Instead of a drastic, uncomfortable change, why not just remove the bad from your habit? Fume is an innovative, award-winning flavor-aired device that does just that. See, instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. Instead of electronics, Fume is completely natural. And instead of harmful chemicals, Fume uses delicious flavors. You get it. Instead of bad, Fume is good. It's a habit you're free to enjoy and makes replacing your bad habit easy. I personally didn't know what to expect when I first got my Fume. I mean, I've never liked vapes, but my goodness, the taste. The first time I tried it, I was completely sold on it. It was incredible. Stopping is something we all put off because it's hard, but switching to Fume is easy, enjoyable, and even fun. Fume has served over 150,000 customers and has thousands of success stories, and there's no reason that can't be you. Join Fume in accelerating humanity's breakup from destructive habits by picking up the Journey Pack today. Head to tryfume.com and use the code CAMPEA to save 10% off when you get the Journey Pack today. That's tryfum.com and use the code CAMPEA to save an additional 10% off your order today.
Well, you know, my friend Dan Coyle, who I talk to a lot about genre stuff, comic stuff, movie stuff, he said something to me that I thought about this trailer that I thought was absolutely true. He goes, well, I guess everyone that is in the new Ghostbusters movie has seen all the Ghostbusters movies. And I was like, that is correct. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, you know, I think that this is the problem. People call it fan service. I don't think
And
it's
fan service can be a good thing.
Okay, yeah,
right?
but here's the thing. I think fan service has now come to replace good writing. So instead of, like, I'll give you an example. In Godfather 2, when Michael Corleone is talking about killing Hyman Roth, and he says, if history has taught us anything, it's that we can kill anyone. Well, nowadays, somebody would have been like, that's just what you did for the 5 families at the end of Godfather 1. You killed them all at one time. You killed them all, Michael. No one had to say that in Godfather 2 because it was a really well-written film. Nowadays, it's like, hey, Ahsoka, we're going to show a flashback to the Clone Wars. You remember the Clone Wars, don't you? We can show Clone Wars iconography rather than come up with a flashback when Ahsoka's young and show us something new that would also tell us the same thing about her character that they would have to create, which would be additionally interesting. Like you point out, Paul Rudd is singing the Ghostbusters theme song. Now, in Ghostbusters, does the Ghostbusters theme song exist within the reality of the movie? Or is it something that comes over the opening credits and the end credits? It's not like the Ghostbusters theme song. I mean, maybe they've incorporated it in Ghostbusters 2 and Afterlife or whatever, but it's not, it's they're using nostalgia and fan service to replace original interesting writing. And like what's interesting, like you said, John, Afterlife was a delightful movie. Now,
I really enjoyed it a lot.
This they could extend. Like the real question is, if the Ghostbusters are real, and they are in the context of this movie, what would it mean if this thing is happening? You know, if this situation is happening, how would the Ghostbusters deal with it? Why would William Atherton be a politician 40 years later? Or why? So, but they have to add all this stuff because why not creating a new character is harder? So they throw all of this stuff, and then they use the trailer. And who are they appealing to? The people that saw Ghostbusters 40 years ago? I mean, if they show us something new and interesting and unusual, that's like, that's a new twist on the Ghostbusters mythology, that makes us get excited. But this stuff is, what is new in this movie that's supposed to excite me? Even to the point where the character doesn't have to say it, but in my mind, I'm waiting him to say, Finn Wolfhard to say at the end, I've been slimed. But he doesn't. But you're waiting for it. You're waiting for him to say that.
Dude, they even had to have the secretary Ghostbusters, what do you want? They had to throw in Slimer again. I mean, like, it's just like...
And they have to have Annie Potts. You're in uniform now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, okay, this is the laziest kind of writing.
But they have a drone trap.
Well, okay, but that was, I would say this, that was cool.
Right.
I'm like making a drone ghost trap. That's something that extends the Ghostbusters mythology and makes it cool.
And look, I'm open to, when we watch the movie, it may have great writing and a great story and great characters.
Yes.
And this might have just been one of the most incompetent boob jobs of a trailer company putting a trailer together, like picking out, well, this is Ghostbusters. Like maybe the movie isn't this at all, but just the people making the trailer were like, well, let's just pull out all the things that reference the original Ghostbusters movies. Again, at least that's what I hope. I hope that's what's happening because I want to love this movie because I loved the last movie. And I just, these trailers are not getting me more excited for
But what's weird is that Ghostbusters is 40 years old. I know it permeates our pop culture and everybody's seen Ghostbusters, but we already know all that.
Yeah.
So show us something like that drone ghost trap. I'm like, that's cool. If you'd put a trailer full of new stuff, show us new ghosts.
Yeah, and you already brought back you did your big nostalgia hit by bringing the original cast back in the last movie. Why are we doing it again?
The reason why the Afterlife worked for me was the kids, McKenna Grace and Finn Wolfhard.
They were great. Yeah,
they were great.
And I thought Paul Rudd was great too.
I think they went to this way too soon, like this nostalgia member berries. They could have held this off until later. I want to know what the kids, these new Ghostbusters, are up to. I hope they didn't go to this too early, like going back and just trying to get everyone all juiced up because of the original cast. I didn't need that.
They did it in the last film.
I didn't need
why
that.
Do it again?
Now.
And like you pointed out, you can't give Bill Murray a better line than a line referencing, oh, he looks horny.
Well, I will give them this. It was a very Venkman thing to say from the first movie.
It might not even be in the movie.
But
it might have been.
It might not even be in the
That's
movie.
true. But then, but again, give him a new Venkman line.
Yeah.
A new Venkman line that doesn't sound like it's 40 years old. Something that is cutting, interesting, funny, and modern.
You guys didn't like the judge line that the kid said when.
Yeah, that was okay.
That was the only
Yeah,
entertaining
I mean,
one.
there were
was
the most just like you have a minor hanging outside of a car firing a laser weapon. I'm like, that is a problem of the idea of the Ghostbusters. Yeah, there were things
That was good, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
That's
agree.
all you needed because it's referencing the universe of the movie and what in the universe of the movie would be problematic now.
Yeah. 100% agree. Anyway, listen, I've talked to a few people. I conversed with a few people online earlier today that liked the trailer, and that's great. If you enjoyed the trailer, wonderful. I loved the last movie. I'm really excited to see the new one. These trailers haven't done much for me. Let us know what you guys think about them, shall we? Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.